not say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around. Adrian sent you. She's... Sounds like Adrian. Watch that woman lose it.
What? You can reattach your finger, Percy.
So what exactly did... Adrian said that if she made you come all the way for the...
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the dead. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days. All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever... Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terror. I presume you've heard of London. It was a city wiped completely off. The swarms are so bad, they had to... Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever... I don't think it was transported to Talsetti. This specimen, it grew. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human terror, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
It would be the end of us.
So you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want it? The circle, huh? Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but...
entertaining the notion of xeno-warfare angers me to the core.
Oh, I lived on Mars for an entire year, and I'm convinced I'll never get used to the dusty air. Used to think I was Vanguard material, until I discovered the space travel.
Keeper Aquilus delivered what was by all accounts a passionate and moving sermon on greed and responsibility.
Is that really her? Adrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back. Lou gave me the abridged version of what went.
makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately... Well, that's... So, were you two able to get...
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact...
Londinian?
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So
Good place to start.
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives. Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some... One, they want to see this analysis. And two, they wanted to... with both of us. Well, with the UC, free all information related to the... Now, it's possible to get things, and as to what... The Cabinet's the UC's highest governing body. Any major decision, they're the only real chance we've got of unlocking the Ark. Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC to...
Place I was hiding out.
After some early fits and starts, a practice that's been banned ever since. Oh, well, but it was during that assignment. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic... But if we can convince the Cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly... And hopefully, how to prevent... Because the Terramorph project was doomed from... Terramorphs, the data that's in... I doubt they would have even... That's all I'm asking. Now I need to get this work up and...
Good luck.
Commuting from distant systems to Sidonia every day. Lots of condominiums and premium apartments available to rent. Whether you need single, double, or family occupancy, Lux has you covered. Inquire today.
I'm just gonna wait until that drug's in production.
What's up?
United Colony space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. And we're done. Feel free to land.
Welcome to New Homestead. Please make your way to the building at the end of the path and down into the colony below. Stay safe and enjoy your visit.
Welcome to New Homestead.
Interesting. The last thing I expected to stumble across at this type of settlement is a museum. Might be worth a look around. Hello.
Damn power's on the fritz again. Joyce always seems to need help clearing ice off the equipment.
The people here live a simple life. Try not to complicate it.
It's a little weird that people come here to see what early colony life was like. To me, it's just how
You all can travel the stars, but someone's got to respect and preserve the old soul traditions.
I can't imagine living here. These people sure are hardy.
It's been a while since I last visited.
Well, what did we think of the tour?
Very informative. I didn't know about the methane harvesters before coming here.
Just once. The Brown Horse Tavern, was it, huh? The food was better than I expected from a backwoods planet like this.
It has a quaint charm, doesn't it?
Just like the rest of New Homestead.
Well, I hope you'll come back and see us again sometime. And I hope you'll consider another Star Sap tour. Tell your friends.
I will. Thanks again.
Excuse me, Bill. You've got to do a better job of keeping your tour groups out of trouble.
What do you mean?
That little boy almost wound up on my operating table. Claudio said he was playing with some of the machinery down by the mines and nearly got his arm stuck inside. It could have been ripped off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, kids, little troublemakers. I'll tell the guests to be more careful.
Damn right. You've got to do something. Or else next time it happens, I'm billing you personally.
Yeesh. Why hell? For instance, did you... Well, there's plenty. So what do you say? Excellent! Now there's just the matter of price. Great!
The
Those folks in Sidonia may be closer to Earth,
Right,
but
so
we do a better
this
job
is New
preserving
Homestead's
its
main
traditions.
concourse. This underground area didn't exist when the original outpost, Titan Astro Base, was finished in 2130. Follow me. We'll come back here by the end of the tour and talk about the museum collection. But first, let's go. Where people live. Now remember, these people aren't actors. They actually live here, so try to be respectful of that. While the original inhabitants of the Titan Astro Base lived in pods like you saw up above, they transitioned down here when this section of the base was finished in 2144. Space is extremely limited, so you'll notice some overflow here. But more residences also exist on lower levels, which are inaccessible to tours. I'll stop at each of our destinations if you want to look around, or if you have any questions for me. Have any questions? Oh, sure, I'll be here waiting.
Ah! I have so much energy. I want to run around.
Have any questions so far? Sadly, it's difficult to get additional. So for now, it's not glamour. The original Titan Astro, as the colony. I'm not sure the exact. What you see is what you. Alrighty, we'll be. Let's leave these good people alone for now and go check out the farms. Follow me up the elevator.
We take vandalism seriously here. You don't mess with history.
New Homestead's farms are the beating heart of the colony. Without them, the original outpost would have shriveled and died. These pods are sealed and climate-controlled, the perfect environment for growing the hydroponic vegetation needed for survival in the early days of the colony.
We Titans are hardy people. You'd have to be to live in a place like this.
Do you come from one of those planets with beauty? Ah, someone new. Ah, well, don't be. I'm fascinated by. Oh, wonderful. What's New Atlantis? Oh my. We hear about it, of course, but I wonder if I can. Do you mind if I ask you another? Thanks. Is the Freestar collect? I figured the stories weren't all. Even in a small community. Though, Is it okay if I change? Oh, thank you. Are there really planets? I've read about them. I've only ever known time. I've always dreamed of it. Can I ask you something else? Oh, thank you. Is space travel... I've heard stories about... I've always wanted to try going. Maybe people here are right. Those are all the questions I have at them.
I overheard you speaking to my wife, Mara, filling her head with ideas about... You got anything to... Listen here. Mara's free to make... But that doesn't mean I take... We live a simple, traditional life here. People rely on technology too much. We need to remember where we came. We're one of the last colonies charged with that. We're going to have to agree to disagree then. I only asked...
Did you know that Earth had all sorts of cool animals? Actually, lots of planets do. But not this one. Sad, huh? Hello? I'm not really supposed to tell... You're not going to tell... Oh, thank you! My mama says it's because he... But I keep telling him. He doesn't believe it. Not really. I think it's pretty fun. They say we all have to work a little. 'Cause someday... I don't... We mostly learn about the hit. That's when we get to leave to go to school some... Thanks for taking the time to talk with me.
Running this farm with my family for the sake of our little colony is one of the greatest pleasures in life.
Any questions about the... Oh, they are indeed. It's less vital to their survival these days as they also import supplement. However, most citizens here take pride in a new homestead-grown, sustainable diet. These days, it's a mix of what you find elsewhere in the galaxy, but it was a lot of hardy root... Good question. It's largely the same, because but you'll notice that things here are a little more old-fashioned compared to some of the large Onward it is! We'll be stopping by, but for now, it's just a short way to... So, the old biolabs are just on the other side of this building, believe it or not. We'll step on through the hallway there. They're not in use anymore, but the colony has faithfully recreated them as a historical exhibit, true to the original purpose of the Titan Astrobase. Sadly, they're undergoing some light renovation. Otherwise, there'd be interactive activities for kids to learn about how they used to search for microbial life here. Pardon the dust, but I can still answer some questions. Funny you should ask. Sadly, they tested many different sites, performed deep... Oh, I'm sorry. When NASA... Sure thing. Keep in mind... Pardon the dust, but I can still... Well, NASA defunded the xenobiology program in 2130. So, by 21, these very labs... You got it! On to our next stop. Next, we'll be heading outside, so make sure to check those... seals on your suit because it's a bit chilly out there. We're going out into the frozen wastes of Titan to see what powers this planet. Watch your step outside, by the way. The ice can be slippery if you're not careful. The goal is to keep people out of Dr. Lakota's infirmary.
imagine, generating energy was a real challenge back in the day because technology, but crude or not, it was that technology that sustained the old Astro base. And it might surprise you to learn that the same technology is still working today. The interesting thing about this old colony is that it's mostly powered by clean, renewable energy. You'll see one of the methods used on the horizon up ahead. That's right! New Homestead's famous wind farms! This spot was chosen for the colony in part because of its constant winds. These turbines have been integral to the colony's function since its establishment as a cheap, mostly reliable source of electricity. So, let's talk. Mostly, I'm sure you've noticed there's some methane on reserve. You're looking at a piece of history. It's impressive. You're right. Most surface wind on Titan isn't too terribly strong, like many worlds with atmosphere. Absolutely. So, let's... You're the boss! Moving right along, we're going to learn about Titan's great natural resources. Titan is rich with hydrocarbons like methane and ethane. Surely you saw huge pools of the stuff on your descent into New Homestead. I like to think they add to the natural beauty of this world. Though, of course, stay away from them because, like anything beautiful, they can be dangerous. Just like my last ex-wife's pet. She had this gorgeous, I don't know what you'd call it, creature. The guy that sold it to her couldn't tell her what it was or where it was from. I don't think it was even a legal sell, to be honest. The thing was very easy on the eyes. Feathers, all the colors of the rainbow. Nasty bite, though. Wound up in the hospital and almost lost my hand. Still not enough for her to get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, there's a reason she's my ex-wife. But enough about me. We were talking about methane and other resources, right? Back in the 20th century on Earth, they used to fight wars over natural resources like this and petroleum. They had this whole moon here basically made of hydrocarbons in their own backyard. They just couldn't get to it. Incredible how far we've come. New Homestead is home to one of the oldest and largest methane processing plants in the settled system. Every year, UC engineers go through a painstaking, month-long maintenance how this place has remained operational as long as it has. I'm not going to take you too close to the machinery, liability and all, but I can still answer questions. Questions? Fire away! Exports mostly, since this world is, of course. Oh, no. Ah, it's not as if they shut down for a... See, this place is built with redundant. During that time, the UC gets more... Okie dokie, artichoke. So, this next stop is a bit of an interesting one. I only recently made it part of the tour. Fun fact, it's also the only natural landmark on the tour. What we're about to see is a glacial spire we affectionately call Emir's Horn. This colus used to be named after a character in a popular fantasy novel, but it was changed a couple hundred years ago to avoid any potential litigation. Now, what's a colus, you might say? Colus derives from the Latin word for hill, and scientists only gave names to groups of hills on a planet's surface. So in reality, the term you hear more often is the plural, coles, with an E. You probably don't hear it very often for unexplored planets, back when they didn't have the technology to describe what they were seeing firsthand. Because of that, the term is much more common in the Sol system, but you may still hear it occasionally in reference to uncharted worlds. This planet's full of them, though, and they like to preserve that history here. So here it is. I've heard this particular formation was caused by an... According to ancient Norsemen, Ymir even predated the Norse gods. It's a fascinating story, and the... I'll be here if you need anything. So here it is. Excellent. So we're gonna head back inside through the methane processing plant. Try not to touch anything on your way. That brings me to another point. You'll notice the people around here have last names related to where their families originated from on Earth as a way to remember the past. The museum curator, Maurice Leon, has more... information about that if you're interested. You can find him inside the main concourse. Loves talking about it. You'll find most of the locals here are very friendly to tourists like yourself. Tourism is a major draw to this colony these days, and I respect that. Most of them are happy to talk at length about what they do here. Their rugged lifestyle is a point of pride for a lot of these folks.
Hi there. Always nice seeing a new face.
This area we're walking through is the nerve center of the plant, where technicians keep an eye on the operation. Since methane production is such an important part of the colony's livelihood, it's important that the techs notice any issues and react to them quickly. Anyway, we're headed into the ice mines. It's a natural spring where water bubbles up from deep below, but due to the cold, it keeps freezing as it reaches the surface. What else can I tell you about the ice mines? Not all. Some water is created. Good question. I believe the ice helps prevent impurities. I wouldn't recommend it. But don't worry, we'll stop somewhere for... Of course, watch your...
Another tourist come to learn about the ice mines, huh? It's dangerous in the ice mines. I'm surprised I still get this question. Titan is also full. You can also... Ah, so you can relate. If I might ask, what do you mind? Oh. That's... But, visions, you say, huh? Anyway, I'm sure we could swap. For one, New Homestead is not... But we also pride ourselves... We don't mind. We... For drinking water. And we use some of it. We recycle a lot of what we use, but we still need a nice, steady supply of fresh... Stay safe.
It must be difficult trying to survive when this collection of shipping containers is all you have for permanent accommodations.
What else can I tell you? Sounds good. We have just one more stop before we're done with the tour, and it just happens to be my favorite.
This colony is home to the longest-running establishment still in existence, the Brown Horse Tavern. The Brown Horse started as a simple mess hall for the scientists and workers when the underground was built, but it's been operated by the same family ever since. Now, what's a horse, you might say? They were a large four-legged animal on Earth, often used for transportation or manual labor. Long before space travel was even a dream for the folks of Earth, even before antique machines like automobiles were possible, horses could be found everywhere. You might have seen them in old movies or read about them somewhere. If not, I highly recommend looking into them sometime. They're beautiful animals. The tavern's original owner was infatuated with them from what I understand, and named the place in their honor. The moniker, Brown Horse Tavern, is also a throwback to names of similar Earth restaurants hundreds of years before it was a
Ice mining operations are unusual, but if they're run properly, they can prove to be quite lucrative.
Pull up a seat. I'll take care of you. Welcome. I'm... Oh, well, thank you for... We've got an assortment of... So, what can I do for you? Let me show you what we have. You mean the Brown Horse? There's a lot of history within these walls. My however, back then, it was a simple mess hall that she chose to put a little extra... The locals pretty much stay away from chunks, so whenever they don't, only the tourists eat that junk. He manages the chunks. I love him. It may not look like it. Hope you'll be back sometime.
I don't mind the tourists. They help the local economy.
Did you see those wind turbines out there?
Wow. You get used to the methane processing smell after a while.
If you need medical attention, see Dr. Lakota. But a word of warning, she really doesn't care for tourists.
That delicious smell is making me hungry. Easy. All the other ones felt... Ooh, that's a tough... You want the real name? Anya Seattle is the current... But Anya will be able to... Okay then. All right, we're headed to the last stop. Right back where we began. Feel free to check out the museum exhibit in the main concourse here. These displays are full of rare Earth trinkets salvaged from before humanity left, and Maurice is happy to talk about the collection. The museum's curator, Maurice, will be happy to talk to you if you want to know more.
Enjoy your visit here.
You should get more tourists than we do these days.
We live a simple life on New Homestead, but make no mistake, it's fulfilling. Hello there. Wonderful. There isn't, if you have any questions. Of course, we have everything, most of our collection. I am Maurice Leon. I tell stories, although my memory... When our early colony, now some For instance, my family. Sure, there was once a war. So they fought because a terrible man, even the colony war, paid. Why, certain. There was a time when huge monstrosities called. Their reign ended when, whatever it was. A long time ago, thousands of years, they called it the Great Wall of China. I'll have to. It's an interesting story. The hope was, when that ultimately failed, then finally, when gravity drives were commonplace and... Thanks for visiting.
I still can't believe people actually live like this.
Well, that's that. I hope you... Oh, wow. I really appreciate it. You know, enjoy the rest of...
Wow, very generous. As long as you're throwing around money, maybe you wouldn't mind tossing some my way.
Take care!
Heads up if you're planning on going to Chunks. Luther's been bothering anyone with a ship for help.
Hi there. Welcome to my little shop. Well, hello there, and Oh, nice. Yo, I'm Jay. I'm happy to help. Or if you have any questions... Sure thing. Glad you asked. I'm looking for all... We don't get a lot of off-world stuff. Between you and me, I love them. Some are indifferent about it. But that being said, we used to, but not anymore. Believe it or not, we don't really have the resources or... Only thing we have are these souvenir slates about the... Tell you what, I've got an extra... Come back anytime.
I can't wait to go away on my learning vacation when I grow up. What can I do for you? It's a harsh world, but as there's no breathable air on the new homestead was an early. Don't worry so much. Okay. Wow, did you get if that's what you want. I've got some stock I can sell to. Even though we have fewer people here. For anything else, we can get access to off-world special. I don't. They make, and on top of it, actually, maybe there is. So I bought a realistic monster costume. I figure that once. Oh, good. Here's the costume. I think this will work best on the surface, so just find a group and run up to them. With any luck, they'll run screaming and book them.
Feel free to look around, but don't touch.
Wow, that's some costume you got there.
Off-worlders always ask how I can live here. I wonder how they can live anywhere else.
I could really go for some of Anya's cooking over at the Brown Horse.
My daddy says farming is really important, but I kind of want to do
Lots of history here, if you're...
Hope you're not looking to cause any trouble in that costume of yours.
discount, you get a bunch
I
of
really
different chunks.
don't get the
And mix them
appeal
all
of
up,
this
try some
chunks
new
place.
flavor.
Sure would be nice to get off-world sometime.
You get used to the methane processing smell after a while.
Those folks in Sidonia may be closer to Earth, but we do a better job.
Sure would be nice to get off world sometime.
Careful. There are some dangerous areas around here.
The elders say that preserving our tradition is so important, but I keep hearing such wonderful things about other worlds.
I don't mind the tourists. They help the local economy.
Don't stay outside for too long here on Titan. You'll freeze solid without the proper protection.
New Homestead is a living history exhibit. But these are real people, so please be kind to them.
What is that thing? It's going to eat us! Run! But let's keep it that way.
No disrespect, but I'd appreciate if you let me and my family be.
Careful. There are some dangerous areas around here that are not part of any tours.
It's always so cold here. Don't be afraid to do whatever you can to make that monster feel extra convincing. Just see, sometimes silly ideas. Thanks for tell you what, if you want to
We used to get more tourists than we do these days. It's a little weird that people come here to see what Earth colony life is like. Lots of history here, if you're into that sort of thing.
I could really go for some of Anya's cooking over the brown
Hi there. Always nice seeing a new face.
Off-worlders always ask how I can live here. And I wonder how they can live here.
We used to get more tourists than we do these days.
I don't mind the tourists. They help the local economy.
This is a boring assignment, but let's keep it that way.
engines?
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. And we're done. Welcome to Gagarin.
this bird on the ground.
Welcome to Gagarin. Your ship need fuel? Repairs? Got anything you need to offload? Trade with nothing for us to do. I'm sure you can find something. Okay, no problem.